Hi guys, it's me, Kim again, and right now I'm at the Freelancers and Entrepreneurs Forum by Manila Workshops, and right now I am their staff photographer for today. It's still morning, and we're still fixing up the place, and participants will arrive at 7 in the morning. So we expect people to come at 7 a.m. and the sponsors are now here. Some of the sponsors are here, and they're now setting up their booths. So right now, I'm interviewing Sir RJ Ledesma, the founder of Mercato Central, and he's one of the speakers in the expo. So, Sir RJ, I have
Yes.
three questions for
Sure,
you.
sure.
So, question number one, what is Mercato Central?
Okay, Mercato Central. Our original vision for the Mercato Central was to be the number one night food market in the country, or the premier night food market in the country, which was a great vision we had for the first couple of years. But then we realized that the market was more than that one, because we were really helping and advocating the support of many small food business entrepreneurs and helping them grow their business. So we realized that the real vision of Mercato Central is to be the ultimate small food business incubator to help small food businesses reach their full potential. So we help through not just our market, but through our workshops, through our trainings, through our food halls. Those are the best ways for us to help grow the small and micro food entrepreneurs.
Okay, so question number two, how do you become a partner of Mercato?
Well, partner, if you can partner as in a supplier or somebody who can support the services of Mercato. Let's say, for example, you can help support our small vendors by being you can help them through digital marketing. You can help them through supplying food supplies or services like accounting. But if you're looking to become a food vendor in Mercato Central, then to become a food vendor in Mercato Central, what you have to have at the start is a good food business idea, a unique and innovative idea, meaning that if you come to me with another milk tea concept, or shawarma, pizza, pasta, burger, a concept that's already been done many times and it's a bit tired, meaning that anybody else can do it, you probably won't be able to pass to become vendor in Mercato Central. So what's important is that you come to us with a unique and innovative food concept, or a twist on a food concept, and you apply it through a taste test. And if you qualify in our taste test, then we will give you a bit of onboarding. It means we train you a bit and we mentor you a bit, and finally you have a slot in Mercato Central.
Okay, so final question naman po. If I were to become an entrepreneur one day, what tips could you give me?
Well, again, you don't have to be an entrepreneur one day. You can start being an entrepreneur here already right now. And what's just important in becoming an entrepreneur is to remember that for me, what I found the most effective way of thinking about entrepreneurship is really finding problems that you can solve out there. What's missing somewhere? What's not being done yet? How can I do something better, faster, cheaper? When you think of those type of things, if you think of problems that you want to solve, then those are good businesses to start off with. So, let's say, example, you take a look at your own skill sets, you take a look at what's happening around you and say, can I solve this problem using my skill sets, my resources to fix that problem or to address that problem? Like Mercato Central, when we started off, we realized that many of these people, many of these call centers, they had no good places or good choices of food to eat that was affordable and that was very, very good. So I said, why don't we come up with a night food market with authentic home cooked dishes that can help address the meals of our night food, of our call center vendors. And that's really how the idea of Mercato Central emerge by addressing the food market desires of our call center employees. So that's the same way. You have to think about problems which you can solve, and if you have that sort of mentality, this entrepreneurial mindset, that's the best way to start off your business.
How can we know the schedules of Mercato Central?
Well, that's a great question. You can actually go to our Mercato Central Facebook page to find the schedules of all our different Mercatos. We have Mercatos right now going on in BGC, in Ayala Malls, Manila Bay, and also in Glorieta. And again, we would love to invite you to please come over and support our small food vendors in Mercato Central. Again, thanks so much for interviewing me. Really appreciated it. You have a bright future ahead of you when it comes to blogging.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So right now, I'm with Miss Joyce Pring. She's a podcaster, a YouTuber, a radio jock. She's also in various TV shows, I think.
Yes.
And I think that's it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably more, but we'll talk about that next time. Hi, Kim.
Okay, so I have 3 questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so question number 1, how did you start your career?
So the first time that I actually started doing TV was at a TV competition. So I joined the TV competition for music video jocks, and I auditioned for it. It was my first hosting gig, and that's where it all started. But before then, I was usually doing a lot of creative things. So I wrote a lot, I painted when I was in college, I sang in bands, and I feel like that's how it all starts really. It's really just getting all of those experiences while you're young, like what you're doing right now, right? You're an official photographer at 13 years old. That's what I was doing. I would even go into different events. I would do body painting. I would do all of these creative things, and that all helped me to become the person that I am today.
Okay, so question number 2, what do you talk about in your podcast?
What do I talk about in the podcast? So the podcast is called Adulting with Joyce Pring, and I created it when I turned 25. I'm currently 26 years old, and I made it because I wanted for people to have substantial conversations, meaning that when we sit together, we don't just talk about the weather or gossip or some random thing that's trending online. I want us to talk about important things. Like, for example, Kim, why are you passionate about photography?
Well, it's fun, plus it really gives you a new perspective on designs and angles and stuff. Yeah, and on life. Yeah, that's
Exactly. So these are the kind of conversations that I want to talk about. Like, what makes your passion or the thing that you're pursuing important? How can you help the community that you're in and serve the people that you're a part of, the teams that you're a part of? So that's why I started doing Adulting with Joyce Pring. And also because in 2017, I quit doing radio because I was so busy already and I wanted to study, and I want to study then. And so I missed doing radio. So that's why I put together the podcast.
Okay, so final question.
Mhm.
If I ever became a podcaster, what tips would you give me?
What tips would I give you if you were a podcaster? Actually, you can have a really cool name for your podcast. It's like Keeping Up with Kib. Good, yeah. Or it can be the new Kib on the block. No? Okay, can be, right? The tips that I would give you is to first find the market. So who do you want to listen to the podcast? Do you want for young people your age who are creative to listen to the podcast? Because if you know who's listening to the podcast, you will know what kind of content you'll be making. So for example, for me, I knew that my market was young professionals. So mga from college students to young professionals. And then from that, I knew that what are the things that I think are important to young people and young professionals, and that is relationship advice about career, entrepreneurship, self-help, and improving on your own and improving the community that you're in. So when you know what market you're catering to, you also figure out what kind of content you'll be creating, right? So that's one tip that I can give you. Another tip that I could give you is to be consistent. When you start something, you have to consistently do it. This is a problem that I have, Kib, because I'm not very consistent because of my schedule. I'm super busy, so sometimes there are weeks when I'm not producing content. But you see my ranking drop. If I don't produce content every week, from the top 3 in the Philippines for Spotify podcasts, I go back to number 7 or number 6 because it's not consistent. So you're not producing content every week, right? So be consistent. And last but not the least, make sure that your podcast has a purpose. Because if it's just for your own thing, if you're not going to be developing yourself or helping other people, you'll get tired of making that podcast. So make sure that it's made with a purpose, made with love, and that it will help others. Is that okay?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
thank you for your very, very pretty time, Miss Joyce. And
Thank you.
good luck on your wedding.
Thank you very much, Kip. Thank you, guys.
So I just bought pencils with seeds in them from Tita Nell. She's a friend of my mom's and she has a booth here in Entrepreneurs and Freelancers Forum. So
Yeah,
what do you do?
Well, I'm also a mom of a homeschooling boys. I have 2 homeschooling boys, so I'm a teacher. And at the same time, I'm a freelancer. And now, I'm a green environment enthusiast and advocate for good environment. I really wanted to encourage kids to plant. That's why I have these plants with me. And thank you, Eve, because you're one of those who are, you're a gardener.
Yeah.
Very good. So I can help you make your planting a little bit successful.
So where can we buy items?
So as of now, I'm available online. The name of my store is Maverde. Maverde, so it's green. Everything green is what I offer. Plants, indoor plants, outdoor plants, succulents like this one. This is a black prince. So for those who are looking for a pet plant, I can help them meron din ako mga air plants. And also some eco-friendly items like this one. The reusable stuff. So because I really want to encourage everyone not to use plastic anymore. So we're part of those zero waste advocates. So you can find me in Maverde ko through IG. It's at MaverdeCO. That's my username. And also in Facebook. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for having Maverde.
So right now I'm with EJ and Ginger Arboleda. EJ is the CEO of Taxumo and Ginger is the CEO of Manila Workshops, and I will be interviewing them today. So I have 3 questions for you.
Okay.
2. And question number 1. Aside from being the CEO of Taxumo and the CEO of Manila Workshops, what else do you guys do?
We eat, we sleep. No, seriously though, ano ba? Well, I'm also a blogger like you. I also vlog. Yeah, mostly that. And obviously, we are husband and wife. So we also have a daughter, and her name is Zika. You've met Zika.
We named her before the virus happened. We're not bad parents.
Yes, we're not bad parents. So yeah, we take care of her.
Right.
We go on vacations. We watch Netflix. We're just a typical family.
Right, yeah. Ako naman, aside from this, I also do speaking engagements. I mostly trainings on innovation. Mostly trainings on innovation, like not really financial modeling, but like macroeconomic stuff like that, you know. Things that you'll eventually learn in college. Okay.
So anything else?
Yeah. What else? What's your next question?
Why did you make this expo?
We wanted to have a party. Party.
Uh-huh.
No. Our mission really, no. Well, I went into entrepreneurship way back in 2012, and you were witness to that, diba? You were a part of it. Naku, bata pa lang si Kim. He was already helping out
Baby
Manila
ka pa rin. You were like
Workshops.
this high lang,
Yes,
no?
you were giving out flyers,
Yeah.
you were in the registration area, you're saying,
And you were
"Hi."
sitting on your mom's shoulder, parang kang parrot.
You were saying, "Hi everybody, welcome to our workshops." Ganyan. So I started entrepreneurship way back in 2012 actually, but incorporated in 2013. And I really didn't know what my mission was until siguro 3 workshops after. Kasi I really wanted to start conducting workshops for my own benefit. But to be honest, it was really for me to spend more time with my daughter because I was pregnant at that time. So sabi ko, I really wanted to see every milestone. You know, I wanted to be with her every day and to see her grow. So that was what urged me to start my own business. But after like 3 or 4 workshops, I remember the time when I was sitting in the registration area and a lot of people were coming out and they were smiling and they were like, "Oh, uy, thank you so much because I realize now what I need to do. I know now what I need to do for my business, for my freelancing career, for my work from home stint, diba?" And then doon ko na-realize that, hey, this is the business that I want to start. I want not only to think about profit, but also to help people achieve their entrepreneurial dreams and their freelancing goals. So that's what led me to, syempre, no, like ripple effect na yan, like everything fell into place. We had a lot of workshops and then we also have Taxumo. But the mission was really to help people really achieve their dreams. So that's why we established EFF. Before it was just Freelancers for the Freelancer Fair. But EFF is for entrepreneurs and freelancers who want to take a step forward towards that dream, towards that goal. So we continuously will do this big event. Even if we don't do the pocket workshops anymore, we'll still be here for them and still help them and guide them along the way.
Yeah. And maybe just to add, no, kasi kulang pa yun eh, yung sinabi ko. And then, but just to add, just kidding. But to add, I think one of the big reasons why we started this was we noticed that, you know, a lot of businesses don't really work with a lot of freelancers locally. Most of our freelancers, you know, their customers are international. So we thought, why not bring them together? And maybe that ecosystem can help each other because, you know, our freelancers especially, they're really skilled, and I think there's a lot of untapped potential, at least locally. It's like sort of brain drain, pero it's happening like at home.
Yes.
Meaning yung skills ng locals, hindi sila nagagamit for the betterment of like the local industry. So we sort of thought, okay, why not bring them together? And that's also one big reason why we did this. And also, this was actually for you, so that you can interview people
For your vlog.
For your vlog. Yeah, yun yung number 1 reason.
Reason.
Okay, so for the final question,
Okay.
what tips can you give to a kid as young as me?
Okay, probably, you know, explore. You're still young, so you experiment on different things. You try out different. If you want to be an entrepreneur in the future, try out different businesses. Like I remember when I was small, when I was little, I used to sell like calling cards. I used to sell calling cards. I used to sell the cookies of my friends to other people. I used to sell a calamansi concentrate to other people. So yeah, like try and learn a lot of things while you're still young, and eventually you get to the point when you realize that, hey, this is what I want to do for myself, or I want to vlog. So this is good that you're trying out vlogging, you're trying out interviews with people. Maybe you'll be a host later on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Will be a celebrity.
Yeah, oo. At sana hindi mo kami kalimutan pag artista ka na, gumamit ka ng Taxumo, pag access. Oh, sabi ako eh. Yeah, pero I think also one good advice, I'm feeling good, ano? One advice I can give you would be, I think don't look for perfect. I think that's what stops a lot of people eh. Before they try something, it has to be perfect. But alisin mo sa utak mo yan. Sometimes like it's good enough. I'll try that. Okay na yun. And then you learn and you grow from there. that's like a really good place to start. Good enough. Okay?
Mm.
Except the grades. Grades have to be perfect right now. Oh, dapat A plus.
So that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. So yeah, thank you again for making this event, and thank you for making me the staff photographer today. It's been an honor.
Wow, it's our
Thank you
pleasure to
also.
have you as our child labor.
I'm willing myself.
For the
I'm
past
willing to
5 years.
sacrifice myself to the line of duty. It was a very long day, and I am so tired that I even slept during the afternoon. But I had a wonderful experience. I get to practice my photography skills, and I get to work as a staff photographer. And what else? I get to interview RJ Ledesma and Joyce Pring. She's very pretty. And thank you, Taxumo and Manila Workshops, for this event. And please don't forget to follow their social media accounts. That's all for now, guys. Please follow our blog link down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And when you subscribe, please click the bell icons for when new videos come out. And don't forget to comment on how the video is. Yeah, we like reviews. So, bye-bye.